You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You just need to get clear on your offer, who it serves, and why it matters. And then you've got to back yourself. You've got agency to determine what your offer is. But there is so much noise out there. Getting clear on your goals is only one side of the story. And you do need to be clear on your goals because that is your sense of direction. It is your compass. It's your North Star. It's what you want to achieve in life, where you want to be, what you want your life to look and feel like. All of those things are really important, but they are important to you and they won't be as important to other people. Sometimes that might feel a bit of a shock, but it's true. There's something that we talk about in change and continuous improvement, which is what's in it for me. Whenever you talk about a change or talk about a thing, whether it's a product or a service, the person who's listening to that message at the other end is thinking, what is in it for me? Your offer is the bridge between what matters to you and what matters to others. But getting clear on your offer can be a challenge. And here are some things which create noise that we have to cut through. One of them is comparison. Comparison can be the thief of your dream, or it can be something that helps you to get to where you want to get to in life. It can be the thief of your dream in many ways. One of them is internally because it is about judgment. When you compare yourself to others, it is forming a judgment, and that judgment can help you to achieve what you need to achieve, or it can hold you back. Sometimes you might think that you do something better than someone else, but the truth of the matter is there are many fruits in the market and we can all be of service to each other. And it's when we start to understand that value exchange that we realize there isn't a need to compare ourselves to other people, whether for good or for bad, because there's a big wide world out there. There are billions of people and we all have different needs. We might have some similar needs, but there's a lot of things that we need, want or desire which are different. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is that we can all be of service to each other. There's another aspect to comparison which can keep us almost paralyzed in fear, because we see what somebody else has achieved or what they're doing and we think it's so fantastic, so far out of reach, so far from where we are, that we don't feel that we can make a move forward, and we become paralyzed with fear, thinking about how other people might perceive us and getting in our own head so much that we don't make a step forward. None of these things are helpful to us. And then what happens is we don't get our offer out into the world. You've got to know what your offer is. You've got to value it, and you've got to believe it's going to make a difference. Because if you don't think those things, you can't expect others to. There are 4 issues with offers. One is that you don't know what your offer is. And that might sound crazy, but a lot of people haven't really sat down and thought about creating their offer from scratch, looking at their strengths and their values, analysing their uniqueness in the world, analysing their difference, and putting it together in an offer to others. The other aspect of an offer is belief. You have to believe in your offer and you have to value it and know it can make a difference in the life of others. You cannot be vague about your offer, otherwise, people cannot find you. It is in your clarity that people will be able to count themselves in and know that you are part of their solution. But there's 4 issues that you need to overcome. One is you need to know what your offer is. It might sound simple, but I've spoken to so many people who haven't thought about what their offer is. They're very used to seeing things like a job description or somebody else saying what they need, and they're used to trying to fit into what somebody else has defined, but they are not so used to sitting down, crafting their own offer from scratch, understanding what that is with complete clarity and putting that out in the world. The second issue is that you don't know how to put your offer together. So you have an idea of your skills, your strengths, the things that you enjoy, the things that people come to you about, but you don't really know how to put it together into a package to serve others and who those others really are so that you can really serve them and be of value to those people you've identified. Third is you don't believe in your offer. People can see other people's offers clearly more than they can see their own. And that's because we don't often pay attention to ourselves in the same way that we pay attention to others. You get so used to giving, listening, offering your time in many ways, and you don't really analyze what that means. So when it comes to putting that in a package, you don't believe in it. You don't believe that somebody would pay for that, even though you're probably in a job right now and you're satisfying all these different skill sets. Some of them are hard skills, some of them are what we call soft skills, which means somebody's paying for what you're offering already. But you need to value your offer. And that's the fourth thing. Some people just don't understand the value of their offer and that they can determine that within the market. So, for example, if you have a speaking engagement, you can see it as somebody has requested that I speak for an hour and I put X amount of value on it. But you can also see that same hour as I've had 30, 40 years experience in the industry. And that's what I bring into that hour, which means that you put a different value on it. Don't undersell yourself. Don't undervalue the gifts, the skills, and experiences that you bring to the table. And don't compare yourself to others in a way that takes away from your dreams or takes away from your act of service to others. There are people out there who need whatever it is that you have to offer. And it doesn't have to be the same as someone else. It doesn't have to be shiny. It doesn't have to be well polished. It just has to be genuine. And that's the thing that people are looking for.